Welcome back to 13C. All week I've been inundated with questions about the X95. It's getting a little late in the day, but it's Friday afternoon, the weather's beautiful, and I'm going to try and get these questions answered here today. So I've been using this Aimpoint Micro H2 on here for since I got it, and I really haven't noticed anything necessarily out of the ordinary with accuracy. It's 2 MOA dot, I haven't shot off a rest or anything else, so I probably wouldn't really notice too much off of it anyway. But I've got this Vortex Viper PST on here, front focal plane with 4:16 power zoom, and we're using that today. And for ammo, we've got some various ammo here from Federal. I'll be using some of this gold medal match. It's 77 grain Sierra Match King boat tail hollow point rounds on it. Special thank you to Federal for sending these out. I actually sent these out for a previous accuracy testing video, and I've got a couple boxes left over that we'll use here today. I also have some American Eagle 5.56. It's the M855, it's their 62 grain FMJ, and we'll be running some of that through it as well. Before we get into any speculation, anything else, let's put some rounds down range, we'll look at the paper, and we'll see exactly what this guy is doing here today. So I did some preliminary sighting in on this target with the XM855. Had some rounds up here, I adjusted, we came back down, and this grouping was the last 9 rounds that I fired. This puts us at almost exactly 5 inches, about 5 1/4 inches for these 9 rounds. That's kind of going to be consistent with some of the other stuff that I've seen and that I've heard. These 5 rounds, now keep in mind I'm not trying to necessarily get these directly in the bullseye. We're showing grouping size here because that optic is not going to stay on there. We're mostly just looking here for group size. Now the 77 grain, this is the Federal Premium Gold Medal match, and this comes in right at, that's 2.5 inches there, it's 2 1/4, so 2.5 inches on the nose, center to center on these 5 rounds. You can see this horizontal kind of angle here. So we're gonna fire a few more rounds. I'll probably adjust this down so we can use the same target, fire some more gold medal match in here, and then come back down and take another look at this. So I made our adjustments and fired our next 5 round grouping right here. These two are actually touching, and this comes in right at 1.5 inches on the nose, both ways, center to center, maybe just a little quite shy of that. So that's nice to see. The question is going to be consistency. Is this going to be repeatable, or are we going to see rounds that come outside to go from 1.5 inches from these 4 to bringing that out to about 2.5 inches. We're gonna put up some new paper, and we're gonna keep shooting and see what we wind up with. This was, again, the Federal Premium 77 grain gold medal match. All right, so here's our next 2 5-round groupings. My friend Chuck helped me out with this one. He fired 4 rounds right here, and then the 5th one down low. These 4 rounds are actually just under 1 inch. If you can see that right there, that's extremely impressive. That's great shooting. With his 5th round, he opens up to 2 inches. And then my grouping right here is at 2 inches for my 5 rounds as well. So I think I started out here, this is still the Federal Premium Gold Medal match. I started out at 2.5 inches, I did an 1.5 inch grouping, and then a 2 inch grouping here, and then we've got this 2 inch grouping here. Again, begs the question, mine actually seem to be a little more horizontal, his actually seem to be vertical. All the information that I've gathered, that I've seen over the past couple of days has pointed to some different issues, and I'm honestly not sure how to quantify those right now. I'm trying to juxtapose the information that I have here, what I've seen here today, versus some of the other videos that I've seen, and honestly, I'm not 100% sure what to make on this. So this is going to probably do it for this video. I think we're going to call it that my X95 seems to be, with match ammo, seems to be a 2-inch gun, and that's where it is. Is it capable and possible of doing better? I mean, these 4 rounds at 1 inch, absolutely. Was this the shooter? Was this the ammo? Was this the rifle? I don't know. I think we're going to have to do a lot more extensive testing to try and narrow down exactly what's happening here. The couple things that I can think of off the top of my head, my barrel, I have not removed it. I have not fully broken the rifle down. I have not removed it yet, so it is still set from the factory and hasn't been tinkered with at all by me, so there's no installation, disassembly, going back together, issues that could have happened in that regard, which could be something. I was putting on a rest. I didn't have anything mounted to the hand guards that could possibly be there. I mean, granted, I'm on a sandy field here with that table and chair, so not the most steady setup, but for what I've seen here today with the proper ammo, this is most certainly a 2-inch gun. You know, beyond that, I'm not sure. So stick around. If you haven't seen the previous video, go ahead and check that out. I'll link to it here in the description. To see about the reliability and some other things functioning with different magazines. And definitely stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We will be following up on this, but I wanted to get something out here to you guys right away because there's been so many questions, and hopefully this at least gives you some indication of what I can do, what my friend here can do, which is quite impressive, and what my specific example of my X95 will do. Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate your likes and your shares and your subscriptions. And if you have any more questions, if you have any suggestions, if you have any thoughts as to what other videos you've seen, this video, what you think might be happening, please let me know in the comments. Let us know on Facebook. You know, your feedback's been invaluable thus far as we've grown the channel, and I really look forward to it, and it's helped to steer me in the right direction, a few of these things as well. Thanks again, everybody. Stay safe.